Alright, so I've made it to Tainan, which is a city that's just a little north of Kaohsiung, about a half-hour train ride north. And Tainan used to be the old capital of Taiwan before Taipei. So it's a very historical place. There's a lot of interesting temples and sights to see here. So it's definitely a great place to come in Taiwan if you want to get a sense of the history of the country and what the old capital used to look like. So right now I'm at the Confucius Temple in Tainan, and this was the first place of study in Taiwan. It was built in the 1600s, and it's open to the public. It's currently under renovation, like many other things on this trip are. But I'm gonna go check it out right now and see what we can see. Alright, come along to see Tainan. So this beautiful Japanese style building is the former Martial Arts Academy of Tainan. So it was built by the Japanese and meant to be a place where you could study different martial arts. It's now a elementary school, but the design is still very impressive, and it's definitely worth just taking a walk by to see the architecture of it. Alright, so to get around Tainan, I ended up renting a scooter, and they are right next to the train station. Kind of like a lot of the cities you can find when you come out of the train station, you'll be able to find scooters for rent. So in this particular case, I was able to find an electric scooter. So it's a Gogoro, which is a pretty cool brand of scooters that are starting to be quite popular here. So that's really nice to see, and it's cool that you can rent them. It rides really nice, it's very comfortable, and doesn't smell like a polluting gas-powered one. So let's take a look. So in the back, there's two batteries, which are removable. So you just pull these out and exchange them for batteries at a battery station. And you got space for your helmet. Towards the western end of Tainan, by the water, there's a fortress here that was built to protect Tainan from Japanese potential threat of Japanese invasion, but also kind of to protect the capital at the time, and make sure to have a strategic fortress defending it, and something that's modern. And designed by a French architect, and then built to kind of modernize the city's defenses at the time. So even though this whole big fortress was built, it was never used in war. It was really more just as a deterrent from anybody attacking Taiwan. And the only two times it ever had its guns used. Once was against the French, just to warn them not to enter the port, and then the second time against the Japanese to also warn them from entering and kind of give them a warning shot. But later that same year, that shot was taken against the Japanese, Taiwan was ceded to Japan without any battle or war happening from China. So China just traded it in exchange for peace. And for the next while, Taiwan was a part of the Empire of Japan. It was only after World War II ended that Taiwan regained its independence from Japan, and then eventually split off from China right after World War II, when the communists took over mainland China. So it's a fascinating place to explore the country in general and these historical sites, because there's something that you get to learn a little bit about Taiwan and kind of history in this part of the world that isn't covered that often in a lot of popular Western media. So not a lot of people have exposure to the history of Taiwan, and especially kind of the more distant history too, but even World War II and its current sort of political status, although that's starting to get a lot more coverage and press these days. It's still something that's very interesting to see firsthand and learn about. So right on the other side of the Eternal Golden Castle, which is the fort that we just saw, is the Tainan destroyer. So this, I believe, is an American destroyer. Let's go take a look at it. Happens to be turned into a museum now, and it's just walking distance away from the fort, so let's take a quick look and see what we can see here. So this is the ship's bridge. I'm not sure if the teddy bear stickers were here during service. They're pretty cute, but probably not. So this ship was an American destroyer built in 1945, 46. So it was right around the end of World War II. So I didn't see any action in World War II, but it was then in service for a while, including the Vietnam War. It also served in the Mercury program, NASA, to recover capsules from the sea. And then after it was decommissioned in the US, it was given over to Taiwan for the protection of Taiwan, and then became the Tainan, which is what it's called now. The ship's been modernized, of course, and then it was decommissioned a little while ago, and now serves as a pretty cool museum. So you can walk through pretty much the entire ship, and it's an interesting example of World War II design and architecture, then upgraded to more modern standards. And especially interesting from the perspective of having been a US-built ship and then retrofitted by the US, and then afterwards retrofitted by Taiwan as well. So it's worth taking a look. The entrance fee is less than $5. It's $4 or so it's not too bad. And take a look. There's some sort of a bear exhibit going on. So there's bear stickers everywhere and a bear theme, teddy bear theme. I'm not sure if that's permanent or just right now. But anyway, it's still a very cool place to go see. And right next to the fort that we just went to see. So if you're already going to see the fort, then why not just walk over and take a look at this. Alright, on to the rest of Tainan. Let's see what else we can see.